Hello and welcome back. In this lesson, we will be introducing SQL, what it is, and why it is important in data analysis. SQL, which stands for Structured Query Language, is used to communicate with databases and retrieve data efficiently. By the end of this session, you will understand what SQL is, how it works, and why it is an essential skill for every data analyst. Let's get started. So we'll be looking at Introduction to SQL. What is SQL? Importance of SQL in data analysis. So now we'll go to the SQL part in our data analysis handbook. SQL. SQL stands for Structured Query Language. It is a powerful programming language designed specifically for managing and manipulating data stored in relational databases. We have the select, tells SQL what columns you want to retrieve. You can select specific columns like select name, age, all columns, select, then you add asterisk, calculated columns, select price, asterisk quantity, alias total sales. So we'll be looking at this in this course. So this means show me the name and age column. Like this one, select name, age. It means show me the name and age columns. So we have from tells SQL which table to pull data from. The from keyword is telling SQL which table to pull the data from. From students, this means get the data from the table named students. We now have where add conditions or filter to limit which rows are returned. Can use operators like equals to, greater than, less than, equals to. So like, in, between, and so. Example, where age greater than 18. This means but only if the age is greater than 18. Putting all together, we are saying select the column name and age from the students table where the age greater than 18. This query says get the name and age of all students from the students table where the age is more than 18. Core components of SQL in data analysis: data retrieval, select statements. Most fundamental SQL operation used to query and extract the data from one or more tables. We have filter where clause allow analysts to apply conditions to their queries. Can use operators like equals to, greater than, less than, in, like, etc. Aggregation, group by and aggregate functions summarize data for analysis using sum, average, count, mean, max. So we look at it in this course. We have sorting, order by, used to organize query results. We have joins, very important, combine data from multiple tables based on relationships. We have inner join, left join, right join, full join. We'll look at it in this course. Subqueries and CT is common table expression used to build complex query in parts. CTs improve readability and reusability. So we have functions. SQL support built-in functions like date functions, string functions like upper, lower, data cleaning and transformation. Analysts use SQL to clean data. We have window functions, perform calculations across set of table rows related to the current row. Useful for running totals, ranks, and moving averages. Views and temporary tables, create virtual table or store queries for reuse and simplification. So look at this. SQL introduction, course title, SQL for data analysis. Learn how to work with data using SQL for beginners. So the agenda of this course, we will look at SQL overview and timeline, database and DBMS, SQL introduction, SQL command categories like DDL, DML, DQL, DCL, joins in SQL, aggregate functions. What is a database? A database, an organized collection of data stored electronically for easy access and management. Example like students record, banking transaction, e-commerce orders. So a database is an organized collection of data stored electronically for easy access and management. What is a DBMS? DBMS, Database Management System, is software used to create, manage, and interact with databases. Examples, we have MySQL, SQL Server, Oracle. Think of DBMS as the engine that runs your database. SQL introduction. SQL, Structured Query Language, also known as SQL, used to communicate with databases, standard language for relational databases. SQL is used for querying data, inserting data, updating data, deleting data. So that's what SQL is used for. It's used to query data, insert data, update data, and delete data. SQL data types. Define the type of a data a column can store. So this is a topic on its own. We'll look at it. Common types. We have the int, which is integer for numbers. We have varchar for text. We have date values. We have decimal, numeric with decimals. Choosing correct data types improve performance. This is a topic on its own. We'll look at it. Data types categories. We have numeric, which is can be integer or decimals. We have character, which can be varchar, text. We have date and time, which can be date and timestamp. SQL command categories. DQL, select. So this QL will be used to retrieve data. This is data query language. DDL, data divination language, is used to create, alter, and drop. So it's structure. DML, insert, update, delete, is data. So DML is data manipulation language. DCL, data control language, to grant, revoke, access control, focusing on access control in a database. So this is a foundation of SQL. So before I proceed, I would like to look at DCL, data control language. It is used to manage access and permissions in a database. It determines who can view or modify data. The main commands are: grant, gives a user permission, example, to read or query data. Revoke, removes a user's permission. In practice, DCL is mostly handled by database administrators, not data analysts. So this is the work of database administrators. As an analyst, we just have a little idea about it. We are not going to make use of it. It's the database administrators that will handle this. However, as a data analyst, understanding DCL is important because it helps you recognize permission-related errors, request the correct access to data, understand data security and control. In summary, DCL controls access to data, ensuring that only authorized users can interact with the database. So this DCL is the work of database administrators, system admins, and sometimes data engineers. So as a data analyst, you are not going to handle this, but just having a fair knowledge of it will help you. So like I've explained here, constraints. Constraints are rules applied to columns. Types, we have like primary key, foreign key, not null, unique. So this is a topic on its own where we are going to treat data types. We will treat this too. So it's a topic on its own. When we are treating it, we will go deeper. So primary key should be unique and not null. Foreign key used to link tables, not null. That column cannot be empty. Unique, no duplicate values like let's say email. You can't have the same email in that column. So these are some constraints you can apply when you are creating a table. Ensures data integrity and reliability. Primary and foreign key. Primary key, unique identifier, no null values. Foreign key, links one table to another, references primary key in another table, used to build relationships between tables. SQL first steps. So you are going to first step, create database, create table, insert data, query data, update data, delete data. So this is what we are going to look at. Advanced, alter table, backup and restore optimization. So we look at how to create database, create table, insert data, query data, update data, delete data. So we look at this in this course. Table basics. A table consists of columns, attributes like name, type, rows, record, actual data. So tables are core of relational databases. Modern insight. SQL is used in data analysis, Power BI, Excel, Python, web applications, banking and systems, AI and data engineering pipelines. So SQL is very, very important. It's a skill that everyone should have. So it's very, very important. It can be used in data analysis, web applications, banking and systems, AI and data engineering pipelines. Importance of SQL in data analysis, which is what we'll be looking at. Access data. SQL allows you to quickly retrieve specific data from databases using queries. Handle large data. It efficiently processes large data sets that tools like Excel may struggle with. So SQL can handle large data that tools like Excel will struggle with. So that is one of the importance of SQL. Clean data. SQL helps remove duplicates, fix error, and prepare data for analysis. Combine data. You can mesh multiple tables using joins to get a complete data set. Analyze data. Perform calculations using functions like sum, count, and average to gain insights. Powerful visualization tools. Tools like Power BI and Tableau rely on SQL to fetch and prepare data. So you can do your cleaning transformation in SQL and now take it to Power BI or Tableau for your dashboard. In short, SQL helps you get clean, combine, and analyze data efficiently for decision making. SQL is a must-have skill in tech. So empowering minds with practical ICT skills anytime, anywhere.